As we go into, I saw this on the website, right? I saw this putting up colognes and, get your cologne and don't be left without. And as it was going on, it reminded me that when you know how you go to the perfume counter, the perfume lady, perfume guy, perfume person, whatever the political correct thing is to say these days, is they always ask you, don't you want to smell this fragrance? Don't you want to smell this fragrance? They come by and they sit there every day, they pass by, and the whole duty is to make sure that, they tell you about it. So guys, I was looking for my colognes and I didn't have it. But, so I want to just pass this out for a second. And I want you guys just to, you remember how you used to get the samples? And we always used to ask for samples.
Still do?
And we still do. There's always one something great. Y'all can pass these out to somebody who you know, so I don't want to leave you out. But anyways, we do that. The thing about it is a perfume that I would have thought about is that what does the lady do? What does the lady do when she does? She gives out these samples. Do you want to try it? Do you want to try it? Do you want to try it? Don't you want to smell this? And so she's out there, and I say she because most of that see every day, she's out there trying to get you to smell some fragrance, trying to get you to see, did you try this out? Did you smell this? I want you to smell it. Her whole purpose is to get you to first, to open it up, to sniff it, and to smell it, and then to make a decision on whether or not you want to buy it. And so the Lord said, begin to really talk to me about that and just to watch and just to see her whole purpose is, and you know how we do, right? No, that's okay, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that. Or we look at it, we take it, or then if we do look at it, we say, well, let me see it on to see how it works. And then what I'll do is I'll come back and make a decision on it. We don't really buy it, and then we turn around and do it. And the only time we really do is really when we're out of what we already wear, or if we're going on to a special occasion to the point where it says, okay, I need something. And then what do we do with the fragrance of this? It's because that when we put it on, we're giving that identifier to let somebody know who smell me, notice me, when they walk by, and sometimes be too much, be like, ooh, goodness. But when we put it on, there's something about what we want to do to attract the people to say, oh, okay, well, there's something. What are you wearing? What is it about? What is that you have on? And so I looked at that, and God then brought me to 2 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter, and man, my glasses, I didn't take them off, and the 15th verse. And what the word says, for we are to God the fragrance of Christ among those who are being saved and among those who are perishing. To the one we are the aroma of death leading to death, and to the other the aroma of life leading to life. What does that mean? We are the aroma of Christ, a fragrance unto God. We are the aroma of Christ, a fragrance unto God. For some, to death, reminding them, you can accept us or not, and there or to want to life and say, what is it about you that I want to know who it is, what are you wearing? So to the point to where I can be that too. Because every time we come to cologne, we're like, what you got? I like the way that smells. Let me try. I try it. And that becomes my cologne or perfume of choice that I put on every day. So the Lord had me go research, how do you make perfume or cologne? So I had to go do that. And so last night, and I think I got to the point, and I think I made me some. Amos said, ooh, that don't smell too good. And he said, okay, that needs to sit a while. But the whole process of it, the Lord really showed me exactly just really what it was about the perfume. I began to understand that there's some things about the cologne or the perfume that I really didn't know. And that it takes more than, it's a trial and error with this thing going. It doesn't go too bad. But I wouldn't advise wearing it, but it is what it is. And so I got to the point and to the understanding about the fragrance. If we are the fragrance of Christ,
yes,
what are you smelling like to the people who don't know it? See, that's the difference, right? When the God began to speak to that, say we're the fragrance, because there's something about being smelly enough that people take notice of it. Either take notice of it because you stink. And you're like, I don't want to be bothered with them. Like, yeah, I've been there. We've been musty, but, Or the point is that you smell good, and it makes me want to turn around and ask you, what are you wearing? if your spirituality of Christ was to really have a fragrance, what would people think of you? Would you draw them to understand, well, who are you and what are you wearing? And you say, can I say, well, I'm wearing Christ. You're wearing Christ. How are you wearing Christ? How are you wearing Christ? If you say who you are, if your fragrance of your Christianity had to be a smelling thing where people could, what are you? Would they turn around and say, ooh, you smell good? Or they'd be like, ooh, I don't know about that. Because what we say, when the perfume lady goes and she gives you the opportunity to say, here, take this, try this, and she said, let me spray some on you. Then you rub it, and then you say, you sniff it for a second, you say, okay, and you start waving it, and you start walking around here, because I'm just remembering what my wife does, right? Last time we was in the store, right? Thank you. That we do. And he says, I'm going to wear it for a while. I'm going to try to see how it mellows out on me. How it mellows out. How to the point, because, there's some people who come in, when they get into Christ, especially when we have praise service and people, and they jump and they run around and they can touch their neighbors, they can do all these things, go around, they sing or whatever. And then when it really comes down after the music has stopped and after all the stuff like that, then you really begin to see how Christianity really wears on them. Because it's their attitude after the music stops.
Yes.
After that, when they're not in the limelight, they're not dancing or whatever, after when it seems like all the praise, but then when it really begins to mellow out, and you working out through the day, people really begin to see how you smell. And so the Lord began to understand, to talk to me about the makings of a perfume, the makings of what it is, and how that in the midst of it all, there is really a science, and I kept thinking about it. He really turned it back to a spiritual point. And so when Paul was talking to the Corinthians about you are the fragrance, you are the aroma of Christ unto God, understanding that how you act, how you treat your neighbors and your loved ones, how you walk according to the word of God, determines your fragrance unto him. And that the smell that people see and they look at you and they talk at you and they see what is it about you that is such a difference in life that is lacking in theirs. They say, you know what? I want that too. So what aroma are you wearing so that at the end of the day they want to be like you, which is to be like him? Because we're all different. Shapes, shines, colors. We're all different, but there's something in us that we carry the same aroma of Christ, that the love is the same.
Yeah.
That how I love you, I should love you. Yeah. And then how I interact with you, I should interact with you. And then how is it that I can pray with you and I can pray with you? There is something that brings us all together, the fragrance of Christ, so that in the midst of the day, whomever we interact with, they smell the same thing. Yes. They see it, and they all turn around and look. And so I can wear it, you can wear it, and they say some perfumes don't work on you. Yes. Some colognes don't work on you. Yes. And so they say like that, say, but we can all wear Christ. Yes. We can all wear them, and we can all have that same fragrance of the love, the joy, the peace, the happiness, the long suffering, the fruit of the Spirit that comes so that when they see me, they see him. Yes. When people see you, they see him. And it's about that aroma that we do and that we love. Because see, they can be fair weather friends. Mm-hmm. There can be fair weather friends that will come in and will be for a minute, and you can tell people who when they really like you. And you can tell people who really want something just for the fact that they want to be able to get what you have, use it, and then they leave you alone. Mm-hmm. When we look at a perfume, there are three different things. You have the base, and the perfume says something about notes. It's so funny that they call perfume notes. And then we think about the praise, and then when we sing and when we magnify what and give God praise and the perfume, and then we say let's give God praise and He's here and a joyful noise, and that's what the perfume does. It has notes in order to give you that instantaneous. First that first whiff, and then you have your base, and then you have that middle note that's supposed to last. So as I was studying the cologne perfume, it says it's based on notes, and the first note is that top note. And it says what you get the very first time you put it on. And they say it lasts only like 15 minutes. Sometimes your praise may, go through and yell and laugh and joke and praising God, whatever. Then you sit down and say, okay, what do I do next? And the word comes, we sit on the phone, whatever. That it gives you that first identification of who you are.